Hey, good to see everyone again, and we're going to walk through really quickly how to find out who has signed disclosures, who still needs to sign disclosures, and why they're not returned and ready to submit. So this video assumes that you have sent e-consent, your borrower has accepted e-consent, both of them, and that you received an email from your disclosure desk stating that the initial disclosures were sent. So at this point, you want to reach out to your borrower and say, hey, let's hurry this up and get disclosures signed, but you want to know where they're at in the process before you call them. So we want to open the file in Encompass. And once we're in Encompass, all of this is going to take place on the tool down here in the Tools tab, Disclosure Tracking. So Tools, Disclosure Tracking is how we refer to it. And once you're on that page, this is going to give you all the information you need to know about what was sent, who signed, and who needs to sign. So for this test file, I've already sent disclosures to a borrower and a co-borrower, a married couple, and I've already signed disclosures as the main borrower, and I've taken a similar step as the co-borrower, and as the loan originator, I've done nothing. So the first thing we want to pay attention to when we're on this screen is down here in disclosure history. You see the number 1 in parentheses next to it. That means one set of disclosures has been sent. And each set of disclosures is going to be a line item. In this case, we've only sent one set of disclosures. It was the initial disclosures. Had this been a COC, there'd be 2 line items, but we're only at initial. So in disclosure history down here, you can see the date it was sent. This will be the same date that you got the email from us, how we sent it, who sent it, how many documents were sent. This is not pages. Each document could be a couple pages, and whether it was an LE or a CD that was sent. There's more information, but it's not pertinent. So to dive into who has signed, we want to double click on the line item of the disclosure we sent. Initial disclosure sent today. I want to double click on this to see who has signed what. This is going to open up on the Details tab. You can see the 3 tabs. These have multiple functions, but for our purposes today, we're going to be focused on the e-disclosure tracking tab. So let's click that. And I'm going to expand this window a little bit so we can see the whole shot at once. You can see that there's a borrower, a co-borrower, and loan originator column. We need all 3 of these people to complete the e-signing process in order for Encompass to return a complete signed set of e-disclosures. The 2 main lines in here that you're going to be focusing on are the document viewed date and the e-disclosure signed date. And as I said, I already took some steps to sign as the borrower, and I viewed the documents as the co-borrower, and as the loan originator, I've done nothing. You can see in the document viewed date that the borrower has viewed them. You can also see the co-borrower viewed them. The loan originator has not, which is why it's blank. You can see that the borrower has e-signed them because there's a date and time populated. You can see the co-borrower has not, and of course you as the originator, you haven't viewed them, so of course you haven't signed them. So at this stage, you have 2 goals. You, as the loan originator, need to complete your steps, which aren't covered in this video. You know how to do that. Your second step is to call either the co-borrower or the borrower, whoever's quarterbacking the whole thing for the couple, and say, look, your husband or your wife, I can see that she viewed the disclosures, but she hasn't signed them physically, so I can't get the package back. So I'm going to briefly show you how the co-borrower got in this situation where she viewed the documents but did not sign them. With e-consent in place, it's enough for them to have viewed the document to meet our compliance purposes, but it's not enough to submit the loan. We always need signed disclosures dated within 3 days of loan application to submit a loan. So it's not enough that they viewed them, they have to actually sign them. So here's how the co-borrower got in that situation. When the client first logs into the portal, they're greeted with this initial task. In order for them to show that they've actually received the documents that we sent, they need to complete the tasks, and they'll see that there's a list of 3 they need to do. But for e-disclosures to be viewed, they need to come in this middle column that says e-sign documents, open documents. DocuSign's going to load up, and they're going to be greeted with the, hey, here's what you got to do. If you're ready to go, hit next. And as soon as they hit next, right now you see they're not free to peruse through the document, but as soon as they hit next, it frees up the entire package so that now whether they sign or not, they are free to read the terms of our loan. So they have viewed our disclosures, we've met our requirement to deliver them, they've viewed them, mail rule or not, it's done. Whether or not they start signing here, back here on disclosure tracking, that the LE was received today, and it was in fact received today, but it was not signed today. We met our compliance timeline and that's it. And that's why it's so important to be inside the e-disclosure tracking details tab to see your 2 most important lines. This is what matters. Did they e-sign it? So at this point, you need to go back to the borrower or co-borrower and say, I see that you logged in, but something happened and you didn't complete the signing. So walk them through that process, and once they complete the signing, you're going to end up with this. A fully completed and signed e-disclosure set by the borrower and co-borrower. You can see you, the originator, still have not signed it, but as soon as you do, the package is going to be complete. Everyone's going to get notified that the package was complete, and you download the disclosures and you submit. And that's it. I am going to show you one more thing really quick that has been a cause of confusion, and it's here in the borrower portal. Once they sign, they get taken back to this screen that says pending and you're 33% complete. The borrowers say, I just went through the e-sign process, but it's only saying I'm 33% complete. You go back to Encompass, and as we just saw, they are 100% complete. They have e-signed their disclosures, both the borrower and co-borrower. But you're on the phone with them and they're saying, but it only says 33%. Well, they haven't done the print and sign, meaning their borrower auth, and they haven't reviewed their informational documents like the home counseling providers. This green check in the task list over e-sign documents indicates that they're done with that step. If they have a green check here, then e-sign is complete. They still need to view their home loan toolkit, and they still need to print their social security auth, whatever else might be here, and upload it to us, unless you guys are separately doing that in person or via encrypted email or the like. But as long as that green check's here, they're done e-signing. If they say they have that, you come back in here to disclosure tracking, you verify it, you see, yes, it's signed, but look, me, the loan originator, I'm the only one left. Now you just go sign yours and it's done.